Hi, boys and girls. So I'm going to walk you through what I expect you to do for writing your sentences. When you write your sentences, you're only going to write one set from the first two stories and then one set from the other two stories. So last week was the 21st. So you should have a set from that week, and then you're going to do a set from this week. In a typical week, you'll do 2 articles and 1 set of vocabulary. And then we'll do 2 grammar activities. So that will be an activity every day, unless we are doing a project, which is what we'll do at the end of the month. Okay? So let me show you what I'm talking about. So when you have your achieve, let's say becoming Jane, and you have your vocabulary words such as anthropologist, hologram, replica, sustainable, you are going to write down what the definitions and what these word parts are, and then you are going to do a sentence using them contextually. Remember, contextually means that in that sentence, the reader, whoever it is, will be able to understand what that word means. So, if my first word is anthropologist, when I send you this assignment, it's going to tell you that you need to put your vocabulary. So you're going to have to tell me which one are you doing. So I have pulled up the ones with Becoming Jane. So my vocabulary for the week of the 21st will be coming from Becoming Jane, because the 2 stories were Becoming Jane and the Brumbleys. So how it's going to look is you're going to have your name and the block number, and you probably should have the date for what week it is. Okay, here is your story title, Becoming Jane, and then here's your first word. Notice I have the word, a colon, and then what part of speech it is. Then I have underneath it the definition. I do not mind if you want to go back to the story and highlight the definition. If I can get it without the word, and cut and paste it. You can do that. I'm not going to do it because it's going to take me 3 minutes just to get that in there. So after you've done that, then I want you to double space and put your sentence so it's set apart from the rest of the words. And that is so that if I need to write anything in there to give you some feedback over why your sentence may not be correct, then I can do that. I have space. So you'll double space here, and you will probably double space here. Okay? So here's my first word. Here's my first sentence. Jane Goodall, who was an anthropologist, studied how the chimpanzees interacted with the humans they encountered. An anthropologist is somebody who studies not necessarily chimpanzees, but they do study the interactions of other humans. So in this case, it was humans and an animal. Okay? If I didn't know exactly what it meant, I do know that it means that she is studying the behavior of something. Here is a hologram. It's a noun. It's a special kind of picture. It's produced by a laser that looks 3-dimensional. You might say the hologram in a movie allowed the viewer to see right through the person talking. And you'll notice that in this particular sentence, it is missing something. And if it is missing something, then it is an error. In this case, it is missing a period. Uh-oh, why'd that do that? So if I was grading it, it would be totally wrong, because we know from what we studied earlier that if it does not have a period, it is not a complete sentence. And these all have to be complete sentences, okay? I only did 3 of the words, but this gives you an idea of how you need to do it and submit it, okay? In your assignment, you're going to choose a Google Doc in the assignment, so then when you get finished, you can just submit it in the Google Doc through the assignment. These are worth 20 points, regardless of how many you have. If you have 2, they're worth 10 points apiece. If you have 4, they're worth 5 points apiece. If you have 5, they're worth 4 points apiece. If you have 6, they're worth 3 points apiece. But they're always worth 20. And you must have a 16 or above, or you have to redo them. So this is standard. It is the only assignment I give for the first 3 quarters that you can fix to a 20 out of 20 to get the highest grade you want, because it will count ultimately. I usually give enough that it's about the same as a big test grade. We usually have 9 of them. So this time you're only going to have probably 4 before the end of the quarter, maybe 5. So I hope this helps you. This is for your this week's assignment, and it will be for an every week assignment on what your vocabulary words should look like. So when you get your sheet and the ones that you have to do, which are in the box, and then the ones that are below that are makeup, this cannot be words from a makeup. They have to be from the words in the upper part of the box, the ones that are paired together. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'd hate for you to do the wrong ones and have to do them again. All right, so good luck with your sentences, and I look forward to reading them.